and the same time the Zoo National Coordinator with his countries called national coordinators that will be speaking to Biafrans and lovers of freedom today. Therefore, without taking much time, I will hand over the microphone, the platform to Mazi Onyuku, please, so that you take over and go on with your nationals. Mazi, over to you, please. Mazi Onyuku, are you there? Please unmute yourself. You are muted.
God bless you, Mazi Jonathan. We appreciate you. We Biafrans, we are proud of you. And we know that the work, your labor of love will not be in vain. You will not run this race in vain. Elohim will bless you, Biafra, and the Biafra will bless your generations. Great Biafrans, lovers of freedom, children of Chukwukikabiam, scattered across the four corners of the earth. I bring you greetings from our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the greatest black man alive, if not one of the greatest human beings alive, whether white or black or red or color, anywhere on the surface of the earth. His type are not up to 3 in the whole universe. You can't find up to 3 men that are ready to give up everything just to fight for their people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is synonymous with that's what he depicts. That's what he symbolizes. That's what he represents. And that is exactly what he is. He is the epitome of sacrifice. That is why we love him, and the humanity will not forget him. In a billion years to come, if the earth can endure for another 1 billion or more, he will not be forgotten. And we know he's coming as soon. The enemy has no choice. So I bring you greetings from him. I bring you greetings from our humble leader, Mazi Chikedozian, the silent achiever. These are great men that don't like making noise. Mazi Chikedozian is not the noisy type. He might not be as vocal as I am. He is not a noisy type, but is a man filled with wisdom and action. For him to have steered this movement to where we are today, you don't need a Susoya to tell you that this is a leader who knows his onion. We love him, we appreciate him. Personally, I thank him for this privilege and this opportunity to be heard on this holy platform. Mazi Chikedoziam, I appreciate you. May the Lord bless you. I won't fail to appreciate my boss, Mazi Nzurumike, who is the deputy HOD. For those rascals out there that are making noise, that are looking for scheming for how to take over a leadership of organization that they know nothing about, an organization that they're not even members. Imposters on the broad daylight, members. They don't know that there is hierarchy in IPOB. There is hierarchy that we follow religiously with everything in us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. After him is God. Is the one in front of the queue, queuing at the back of God. Because Biafra agitation is a spiritual assignment. If you don't know that, that's where you're getting it wrong. That is why if you set out to come after these people, evil will befall you. It's not a prayer, it's not a curse. Because it's an assignment given by God. If you doubt it, go and read the story of Moses and the Israelites. It's the same thing that's repeating itself in this age and time. That Elohim, every ideology has a time of explosion. What we call revolution is just the physical manifestation of the gradual changes that have taken place over time. And that is called the evolutionary processes. So that is the quality change and the qualitative change. I'll talk about that in another day. So in this organization, you have this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is an institution, an epitome of human sacrifice, a man with an uncommon wisdom. His type are not, you can't, in every age, people like him come once in a century. And it's a gift to humanity. God brings them for special assignments. Once they complete the assignment, that is it. They come for specific assignment and they must complete the assignment because such people are not ordinary. That's why you see them, they don't fall for human material. Material things don't move them. What children others mad don't appeal to them. What drives them is their divine assignment. That's what turns them on, nothing less. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will love you, will continue to love you. You are never forgotten. Never. Millions of people are praying for you every day. Even if Elohim choose not to hear your own prayer, you hear ours. Because millions of people you don't know are praying for you. Even white people, people that are not black are praying for you. People that have seen what you represent are praying for you. And I want to assure you that heaven has had that prayer. Our leader went for his second medical stuff. Though our leader is sick, we all know that, but our leader is mentally sound. I can tell you that on authority. The incarceration, they wanted to break him down. He's unbreakable because the hand of God is holding him. He's as sound as ever. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody tell your lies. Those spreading false rumor, falsehood, that this or that has happened to him, that is their dreams, and it will never come to pass. And we are prepared for all those shenanigans, all those nonsense. We are ready for it. These people don't know how ready we are because DOS people don't talk. When you see people like Mazi Chikeduze and Mazi Zurumike, they don't have power for too much talk. They speak with their actions and they don't make their actions known because it's not important. Many of you are looking for verification. They want them to come and tell you what they're doing. No, that is not the way they operate. So this evening I've come again with another gospel. I'm a preacher of the good news. I bring you good news from the altar of Biafra. But before I proceed, I want to commit this session to the hand of the one that gave us praise. Chukwu Kadema, onye kere eluigwe n'ụwa, anyị na-ekele gị. Ọbasi bi n'igwe a na-asị gị nara otito. Ị nyere anyị ụbọchị taa. Ị nyere anyị elida ụjọ na-ana atụ. Elida na-ana atụ ụjọ elida na-ana atụ ụjọ mmadụ. Elida na-ana atụ ụjọ ụmụ mmụọ. Anyị na-ekele gị. Na ana m arịọ ka inye anyị mmụọ ahụ itinyere n'ime ka itinye n'ime anyị. Ihe ahụ itinyere n'ime ya mere ọ na-eme ka o si eme. Chineke biko tinye n'ime anyị niile ndị na-eso ya. Biko anyị agaghị ada mba. Ike agaghị agwụ anyị because anyị na-eso gị. Ihe anyị na-emewu ife isi anyị mee. Nna ana m arịọ gị were aka nsọ gị were aka gị dị ọcha jide ya. Werekwa aka jide ụmụ arụrụ niile a ndị tinyere ọlụ ala aka ha site na Chikedozie m rutekwa ndị niile nọ na DOS. Nna ị gaghị arapụ ha. O nweghị ife ga-eme ha. Obodo anyị kwere anyị na nkwa fancha ga-afụ ya. Ndị amalitegoro ọrụ a ha arapụgo ezinụlọ rapụ ọrụ hapụ ihe niile ndị mmadụ na-achụ n'ụwa ha na-achụ ka a na-eso ọrụ a ka ha nweta obodo anyị kwere anyị na nkwa. Onye nwe anyị ị ga-eme ha ka ha hụ ya. Ha ga-afụ obodo a n'udo. Ha ga-ebi n'obodo ahụ. A ga-akpọ ha onye obodo a. Ha ga-anwụ onye n'obodo ahụ ka ha ga-anwụ. A ga-anwụ ọnwụ dị nsọ. Ha ga-eketa alaeze gị. Onye nwe anyị na chi anyị ka anyị na-aga ige ọnụ gị taa ka ị were ọnụ gị gwa ndị gị okwu ebe ọ ga-emetụ ha n'obi. Ndị niile na-anago azụ, ndị niile onye iro na-edufu na n'ụzọ na-adịghị mma, nna biko kpachite ha. Ndị a ndị iro na-edufuzigo n'ụzọ na ha ekwesịrị ụzọ niile a na-adịghị mma, ha na-egbusi ndị be anyị. Chineke biko metụ ha aka n'obi, nye ha mgbanwe obi na mkpachite ha n'ike dị n'ọbara nwa gị dị nsọ. Anyị na-arịọ Ka anyị ga-amalite, ka anyị ga-akọntinu ihe a na-eme today. Chukwu onye ebere mere anyị ebere. Gosi anyị ihe eji ewuru chi site n'afa ọkpara gị Yeshua Hamashak ka anyị rịọrọ gị. Ise. Those of you might think my Igbo is not very fluent. Please don't laugh at me. I've stayed away from home for too long. I spent practically 90% of my life outside home. So please don't blame me. The good news, the most important thing is that I can speak, I can communicate well, and there's nothing you speak in Igbo I don't understand. So I appreciate all of you. My name remains Jesse I. Onyuku. Jesse I. Onyuku is a Biafran socio-political philosopher. I'm an ontologist. I am a leadership coach. I'm a preacher. I found myself in so many things, but above all, and the most important of all, is that I am a freedom fighter, mandated by Elohim to assist Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to liberate Biafra and free Africa by extension. That is my assignment. I want to welcome you to today. Today I have with me in this Radio Biafra Stadium studio, I have 5 national coordinators with me. I have the national coordinator of Togo here. I have Deputy National Coordinator of Ghana with me here. I have the coordinator of Gambia, Sierra Leone, and Ivory Coast. Then the Republic coordinator is as well here. And they will speak to you in due course. Before I'll bring them on, I just want to briefly talk about what our leader has introduced. What our leader brought to douse these towers that fill the air of the skirmish, of the gimmick of the infiltrators to confuse our people, kill our people, steal and destroy. That is the Economic Empowerment Day. Our leader will give it a full touch when it comes out. But today, I'm just here to cast light on it in the little way I can. Economic empowerment refers to ability to make and act on a decision that involves the control over and allocation of financial resources. And it can be defined as the process of assigning individuals, specifically the low-income people, to obtain the education, the requisite training and job related to skills acquisition to support themselves and their families. So our leader introduced this Economic Empowerment Day to replace the demonic sick at home. All of a sudden, the children of the devil from the pit of hell unleash terror every Monday in Biafra land. There are a few things I understand. What I'm saying today is my little understanding, not what our leader said. I was just thinking, what does this represent? I've talked about it long before now, that this thing was designed to cause so much problem. Number one is to create fear. That was why they introduced the Monday sit at home. Every Monday there's fear. Terrifying fear is the definition of terrorism. So every Monday people are shaking. Their heart is shaking that today these people will come, they will unleash mayhem. They carry gun, they want to enforce sit at home. They've killed so many people. They destroyed so many businesses. They destroyed so many marriages. They destroyed the homes. They destroyed the nations. The idea is to divide us. That is why you see the sit at home is enforced only in certain locations. The same gerrymandering style that the British did in Nigeria, they advised the zoo to do, cut out some people. That's why you see they came up with a map. In the map, they carry Igbo societies, Igbo villages and people, and put them in other places, give them a very funny name, cut them out, and draw a map and cut them out of their own families. People of Ahaba in Asaba, they put them in another place, give them a different identity, redefine all the lies that the British have been telling the whole world about who we are. People, they call them off, give them another name. The BBO people, they call them off, give them a different name. The Anman, the Akasa, Ejo brothers, they put them in different location and give them a different name. These are the gains of the enemy, but they have failed. I begin to ask, what does it represent? Why do they want people to sit at home every month? And they'll come to you and lie that they're doing it for Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu. How can you be more Catholic than the Pope? The US introduced sit at home. It's not their idea. They have nothing genuine. The only thing you see is that what the infiltrators know how to do is to camouflage. They know how to do fake. They know how to photocopy. They'll bring out their fake in such a manner and it will look more even original than the original. Every Monday, they stop our children from going to school. Say they want to destroy the Nigerian economy. Imagine their cheap way of reasoning. Want to destroy Nigerian economy. You didn't go and stop all the vessels where the oil is flowing to Britain for free. They now pipe gas from Imo State to across Niger to Europe. You didn't go and stop the flow. The old woman, the poor woman that went to harvest okra that you want to use to destroy Nigerian economy. What is the significance and the relevance of the okra? The okra that will say 1,000 or 5,000 to the people collecting billions. So our leader brought this to give us, to restore hope. So there are ways of promoting economic empowerment, even globally. How do you promote economic empowerment? To ensure that the people, that's the workers, the working class, are equipped to participate in the economy fully. That's how to promote economic empowerment. What are those things you need to do to ensure that everybody is free to participate? Ways to promote economic empowerment is enforcing sound policies and social protection systems for the working class. The state must make policies that protect them, protect their rights, not where every Monday some miscreants carry gun and go to market and intimidate people. It's even appalling that in a certain state in Enugu, even some people with uniform, law enforcement agents, were the part of people intimidating people, asking people to go back home. When you see all these games, you will know that Akin will not fail. The third way to promote economic activities is economic empowerment, is to recognize unpaid labor as work and begin to change whatever makes them not to receive payment for their labor. Invest in women organizations and business. If you want to promote economic empowerment in any society, the gender issue must be looked into. But there are societies where women are not permitted to work, and it affects the workforce. So in every society where you want to encourage economic empowerment, you must look into the issue of women. The female child must be allowed to realize their potentials to the fullness. And you discover that when the women are busy as well, there's balance in the family. All the financial burden will not be on the husband or the father. We must create decent work for women and the less privileged in this society. In good societies, even the less privileged are allowed, encouraged to work. Things are done in a way to allow them. The essence is to allow everybody in the society, every working class, to work. What are the goals of economic empowerment? It includes to increase everybody access to economic activities or financial services, property, and other productive assets like skill development and market formations. The goal of economic empowerment is to grow every economy. You can't have a robust economy if there are no measures taken, policy formations that is designed to make sure that everybody in the society is busy and gainfully employed. China set out to make a certain proportion of their population billionaires within this period of time, and we have been able to achieve that. Today, China is the #1 economy in the world. They've taken over from US because some people choose to do evil. They call white black. And look at how it has turned out to be in America today. When Trump was there, we know how robust the American economy was. Those that love to kill, now kill. And they want to go and kill people in Ukraine and destroy the economy, destroy the American economy, destroy European economy. What are the types of economic empowerment? There are about 8 types. Individual empowerment. This is the process of creating wealth through self-effort. Anything you do on your own to generate wealth, that's individual empowerment. That's what we call gender empowerment. That is when you target a particular gender, like the female folks, like I talked about before, and shun all those chauvinistic theories and philosophies that do not encourage women. There are in some countries, there are a lot of religious nonsense and doctrines that deprive the female folk from fulfilling their dreams. We have social empowerment, and it's applicable to every segment of the society. We have educational empowerment. All these scholarships there, although they're using it to cheat us now in the name of scholarship, you know what it leads to? Brain drain. They come here and pick all our best friends, take them to Europe in the name of scholarship. Once they're through, they give them juicy jobs. They don't allow them to come back. In most cases, they're the ones they use to fight us. Someone who I met a friend somewhere that was just telling me how he got stuck in Europe. I got a scholarship. He went to a particular country, one unfriendly country for that matter. They gave him scholarship. He went there to study. After the study stage, they gave them good job. The government employed them. Why did they hire them? They hired them to be spies. They wanted to use them to push a particular ideology on Africa in Nigeria. That was why the person was hired. So he wasn't even hired to work, do normal work. He was hired to become a spy. Anything they want to know about Nigeria, they called them and asked them. And they took good care of them. They bribed their mind, and they were willing, telling them anything they want, devote any kind of information they want. How did they trap them? Scholarship. You have economic empowerment. That is freedom. Everything wants up economically. You must have that enabling environment. And that's what Sitaton was fighting in our place. There was no enabling environment for people to operate the way they wanted. It became difficult for people to plan when you hear that on Monday you don't go. Sunday, nobody goes to market because it's church. Even Saturday, economic activities are not as heavy as it is during the weekdays. When there is no that freedom to plan and to do what you need to do economically, then economic activities have been dampened or hindered. You have political empowerment. Another type of economic empowerment is psychological empowerment. They must have moral booster. They must have that moral ginger. In the local terms, we call it ginger. Something must ginger you to go to work. It might be profitability. It might be the fact that you make profit in that particular business. There must be a motivating factor. That is a psychological empowerment. Then what are the economic empowerment development strategies? There must be some viable techniques or strategies for economy to flow in a third world economy like ours. One is recreating values of change. We must change the way we think. Our work ethics needs to be recalibrated. Something must be done to reduce poverty. We must reduce dependency because the dependency ratio is too high in third world. A man of 40 years is still living in his father's house. Something is wrong. After 30 years, you're still depending on your parents. Something is wrong with that economy. In a good economy where there is economic empowerment, a 30 years man should have long been gone, should have been married, should be catering for his own family at that age. Even if not, he should be on his own. He has decided not to marry, maybe by choice. This is a place where people only marry by economic factors besides marriage. Because economic empowerment is placed down. There's practically no job. Wealth creation and generating employment. So one strategy that must be employed for economic empowerment is wealth creation, wealth generation. In good societies, anytime a new government comes into place, one of the first things you hear from them is wealth creation, job creation. When Trump came, he said, I'm going to create so number of jobs. When Biden came, I will create so number of jobs. And when government are celebrating 100 days in office, they'll tell you that they've created so number of jobs. When Obasanjo was in power, when Obasanjo came into power then, too many things were coming up. Foreign companies were coming. That's when they started GSM. And that GSM created thousands of jobs. When they were doing the capitalization of banks, then they start all the mega bank stuffs. I was still working then. So many opportunities in different banks. People were moving from one bank to the other where they pay you more. So any good government must introduce policies that will create wealth, that will create employment. When you create employment, you have created wealth. When the GSM came into place, so many offices opened. Retailers, different people, service providers, different companies were working for these companies, the ISP providers and all those things. All of that creates jobs. And it affects the GDP of every country. So economic empowerment the Onyendu has introduced is looking at our economic well-being. It's designed to retake us back. We have lost so much in the name of sit at home. So many businesses were paralyzed in the East. It changed people's timetable. That on Monday, you're sitting at home. On Monday, children will go to school. And the original people that owned the idea said that the Onyendu is going to court. Have a sit at home. Onyendu was not going to court every month. You destroy the whole of Monday. And you think you are fighting Nigerian government. Foolishness and stupidity. It never affected Nigeria for 1 second. Because what you sell in Onisha market, how much does the government collect? It didn't disturb the government. You still pay your tax. Whether you open shop on Monday, did they stop the government from collecting their tax? Those that were collecting on monthly basis. Those that pay tax on weekly basis, didn't stop them from paying it. Even people that paid on daily basis, the Agborus, the people that were collecting all those tax, all the agents of the government had ways of increasing the money to make sure they cover that Monday. That you didn't go to market because somebody somewhere inside a small bedroom, he gave you order. That is not even a member of the organization. Someone Ekpa is not a member of IPOB. We say it every day. Without fear, without favor. And it's not like we're against him. No. Why should we be against him? There are different organizations that are asking for Biafra. What different organizations outside IPOB? And we've said this thing before. Young man, if you think you have something to offer, float your own organization. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in Mosul. When he felt he had something more superior or something better, he floated his own, and people followed him. Stop using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's picture and name to commit crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never been associated with criminology, with any crime, any time ever in history. In his entire world, in his entire life, it has never been traced that at this point in time, this young man, this so thing that was dubious. Yeah, and I'm using his name to do fundraising for ESN. How they form ESN, you don't know. You're not a member of ESN. You're not a member of IPOB. Bring your receipts if you are. I keep saying it. IPOB members will pay receipts. We pay our dues every month. You have never paid a due anywhere. You have never paid anything. You have not followed anybody. And you wake up, the gullible people that have no brain wake up and think they can impose you. They've always done it in every stage of agitation. They're looking for who to impose as leader. They'll just look for one moron, one mole, and put him there. They come and start imitating. That's why he started imitating, start repeating what Mazi said, start repeating Mazi broadcast, who thought he was with us. So the union, they allow him to go and broadcast, not knowing that he was bearing another name and someone else was inside of him. Thank God for people who detected him early enough. The likes of Elochukwu, noticing. I didn't even notice who he was early enough. I was one of those fools at the very beginning. I was listening to him every day till I got to the point that why would he insist that that people should do what DOS says it should not do? That's where I know that no, I have to stop here. This guy is not part of us. Because in this struggle, what kept this struggle to today is discipline. If the leaders are not disciplined, everybody would have gone home since. All the leaders in the class of Mazi, Doziem, HOD, DHOD, and all the frontliners in DOS, if they have not been disciplined, if all these men have not been disciplined, forget it. Long ago, nobody will talk about this name, mention this name again. They are men of impeccable integrity. These are people you cannot be associated with any crime. Go and investigate. Go and check your records. You cannot pin them to any crime. That's who they are. When they say we are whiter than white, people don't understand what it means. They want to judge us with some people that don't know why they're here, that came, they're looking for money, looking for where to go and look for change. No, if you're in this struggle, you're looking for money, you will fall. If you're here for what to get, you will fall. Doesn't matter how smart you think you are. You will fall, certainly. So, Biafrans, I need everybody to begin to think, ask ourselves questions. Why did they introduce it at home every Monday and they carry on? The sit at home is enforced with blood. Pregnant women were killed. Innocent people were slaughtered. Young men that don't know their left and right were hired to go and do one nonsense or the other, and the security backed them. They are languishing in the detention centers. They are incarcerated across the zoo. Have this man sent for them? The answer is no. I sent my men to go and check people, check our genuine family members incarcerated. They'll get everybody say, are you a IPOB member? Now, which unit are you from? You don't know. You just mention the name of a location. Who is your unit coordinator? He doesn't know. He will tell lie. He will make calls. It doesn't exist. You know that he has been fooled. So why can't you? There's someone who asks, why have you not called him to send you a lawyer? When he was sending you change that made you disobey, and you left where you were, maybe you were in ESM, they lured you with small change, and you decamped. You went to join them to do woto. Now that woto has trapped you, why hasn't he sent a lawyer? Because we don't abandon our own. We need to start thinking again. Ask ourselves questions. How did we get here? Every Monday, somebody tells you to sit at home. Person tells you to sit at home. Well, what is his position in this family? Nothing. He has never led a unit before. And he's commanding you. National coordinator is listening to somebody that has never followed anybody before. Empty you are. Because it baffles me. If any of those men in DOS now give me order, I will listen, I will know why they're saying it. Because you don't jump and get there. God forbid, even if Onion do you join to the Onion that point you there, fine. But within a short time, by the work you'll be doing and everything, if you talk, I will listen to you. Mistake. They have made sacrifices. There are people who have been here over a decade. They've been making sacrifices. They've denied themselves. It's what people talk, I will listen, I will shake, I will stand. Because they're not ordinary men. People that are giving up pleasure. They don't do normal things other normal people do. We worship such people. We worship them. They're not ordinary men. Many of us have run out of the country for safety. Then someone else who, as at 2019, went to Germany, was carrying bag for Purimad. He went to URG. He's now talking after 2 years. You are listening. The gains of economic empowerment. Why did the Union do introduce this? We've lost a lot. We've lost lives. We've lost security. We've lost job security. children won't go. And it was affecting their life. It was affecting their kitchen. Their usoku is affected. It brought sadness, weakness. People you say you want to save, and you're dancing. And the one shallow-minded person will say, yes, this one will give us Biafra. He give you 150 days, he will give Biafra. Maybe those he's working for have told him, in 150 days, the leader will die. We're petitioning you to take over. They're wasting their time. You guys are utopian dreamers. Anything happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we don't need to tell you what will happen. Let anybody try it. God forbid Mazi Nnamdi Kanu loses his ear. We don't need to talk. This is not time to threaten anybody. We're not here to threaten. Look with the work they go, because war has not been declared officially, so we're not in a war. In IPOB, we are not in armed struggle. ESN is defending our mothers in the bush. That's all. If we're in armed struggle, we'll be going to court. All these moronic entities following an infiltrator, they don't understand these things. Say, hey, why did he create ESN? Say, we're not in armed struggle. ESN is to protect our mothers. It's a vigilante. We're not for ESN. They would have taken over all our land. You know that. We are in agitation. We're in court. We see our leader twice every week. Because we're still agitating, we're going to court and we're winning. So why do we need to carry arms? And let's do what Amazonia do. Why has he taken the Amazonia to? Today they can't see their leader. They don't know if he's dead or alive. Why? Because they took arms. They went to Berserk. They're not orderly. IPOB is a place of ordered people, disciplined, cultured people. Let me tell you, let me shock you. People leading IPOB now are not miscreants. No. They're not people who are not liars, claiming to be lawyers. They're not liars, people of double standard. Most that tell plenty of lies, fraudsters, defrauding people up and down. Any day they send you, and you go with a one choncho alert, you start dancing, and you start drinking champagne. When did you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu drinking champagne? He had that they are killing our people, they're crying. Osakome said that when Union do hard, that they keep people so he began to cry. The one nuisance that is sending people change to buy bullet, to go and kill our people, and he's dancing up and down. And you're following such a person. And he tells you, get your Biafra. When you do say, the day you begin to kill our own people, Biafra will not come. So that tells you that those infiltrators were not working for Biafra, they were working to stop Biafra. The greatest prophet alive is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There's nothing he said that has not come to pass. He doesn't talk carelessly. He talks as inspired by the Spirit. Once they do fundraising and he receives a lot, immediately he will on his phone, he come on a live video and start dancing. He's always dancing. Once he receives small change, small alert, he start dancing. When agitation looking for money. They told you Gandhi was making money with it. How many times do you see our leader putting his nose inside finances? How many properties do you hear you bought? If he's interested in money, he's not interested in money. What are the benefits? Restoration from the devastations and the losses encountered during those periods of man-made drought occasioned by the illegal sit-at-home. Every Monday, Mazi wants us to regain. Mazi wants us to bounce back economically. That's why I introduced this Monday Economic Empowerment Day. Mazi wants orderliness to be restored in our land. That is the benefit. Mazi wants us to grow and prepare and get ready. This man was practically destroying us, destroying our economy, disenfranchising our people in so many ways. You're in another country, you go to your own work, do your normal work. You went to somewhere and say every Monday nobody should go out. You don't take orders from people that started the agitation. Go and start your own. Nobody begs anybody to remain here. If you're tired of what you are doing, the day you wake up and say, I'm no more obedient to the DOS, that is the day you cease to be an IPOB member. That's the truth of the matter. Because there is no two families here. That's why anytime they call Mazi said, no, we don't want it. There are some people that came up in those days say they are hardcore. They form one unit. They are this. And then they say, no, we don't want that rubbish here. One family, one voice, one name. That's why we, in our slogan, IPOB, one family. You can't have two families. I was appointed somewhere, discovered they have two coordinators in one state. Two secretaries in one state. This thing was happening in 3 different states. I came there, I told him it to not stand for 1 second. Onyendu approved. I said, which Onyendu? Tell the Onyendu if you meet him that I said it will not stand. Tell the Onyendu that I said it's against the principle he put down. Because I know Onyendu didn't say that. They were lying. So I told him, go and tell that your own Onyendu that told you to have 2 state coordinators in one state, that I said that it will not happen. When I leave, then you can continue with the nonsense. Preserve the nonsense you have. I went to call, I started begging all of them. I was calling all of them one by one, begging them, have peace. One family, that's what we must have. Every state must have only one coordinator. And I ask them, there are places where they have over 50 units, 100 units. They no divide. It can't be now. Where they no get anything, maybe 10 units, 12 units. You are having 2 state coordinators. Are you people normal? 2 brothers from Mumbai, they can't talk to each other. Because this one belongs to something north. The other one belongs to their state south. They don't talk to each other. You want to get pregnant. But it is not possible because they're not ready. You must come together. So I say, who came first? Who was the first coordinator in this state? Whoever was the first coordinator, he will continue. The other person, I will promote you, go to the region. They stay over the dead body. I don't want promotion, I must remain here. That's how I now know these people are not working for Biafra to come. You say you don't want promotion. I want to promote you, take it to region, take it to higher. I said, no, you must remain in the state. One told me, if I'm done with the state coordinator, everything will scatter. It will not hold. I said, okay, let's see how it goes. Let it scatter, we'll start afresh. We must have one voice. Onyendu has come to unite us. One of the gimmick, one of the plans, agenda of this Monday sit at home is to confirm that lies, that division, that divisiveness that the enemy brought before now. They do sit at home in Onisha. They don't enforce it in Asaba. So that they have practically told Asaba people, we are not part of the Biafra. We're enforcing sit at home in Biafra. You do sit at home in Aba. They don't do it in Abak, in Akwa Ibom State. In New York, in Ekit, what's it called? Ikotepene, that is just close by. You can walk from the Igbo territory to Ikotepene. You don't do it there. So you're telling them they're not part of it then. So that's what Onyendu has come. So this Monday Economic Empowerment Day is to restore that order and to restore us back the way you were. If we had wanted only Igbo state, we would have long been gone. Your father was made to Onyendu right for when he was in Koje prison. He said, no, I'm not asking for an Igbo country, I'm asking for Biafra. If Young was not an Igbo man. Francis Opigo was not an Igbo man. The word Biafra didn't even originate from Igbo land. Many of you don't know. It's from Ijaw and Ijaw territory. So we can't live there. Have a referendum. Let them say they don't want. Everybody bye-bye. We can abandon them. They're everywhere. I am the national coordinator of this family in Nigeria. We have these people everywhere. There is no tribe that is not in this family. Well-rooted. Principal officers from every tribe. My secretary is Ishekiri. My deputy is Urobo. My mobilization officer is Ikwere Igbo. The deputy to Ghana now is Igodomigodo. Uyi is not Igbo name. There's no part. Before my financial secretary was from is Igala, some Kogi state. Nobody begged them to join. They woke up and listened to Kanu and say, yes, we belong here. We're part of Biafra. And all of them came with their people, but we won't know. We don't talk about it. We don't make noise about it. How would you now wake up and want to divide us? They're enforcing sit at home in Aba. No sit at home in Port Harcourt, in Iguacha. So what message are you sending? What are you doing? So one of the benefits of what Onyendu has done is to return us back to where we were. We are one family. Nothing will divide us. Nothing will stop Biafra from coming. I really pity for those that are not seeing what the Times say. They don't know what the Times say. Things have changed. Society is dynamic. You can't stop the society from moving. You can't stop things from changing. The only thing that is constant in life is change. Over a year ago, Putin was begging Ukraine, come, let's negotiate. They said, no, come, let's negotiate where there is time, because time is coming when it will be too late to negotiate. I know, somebody somewhere. Sloppy Joe said, no, 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 no. This battle will end in war front. Today, where is he? He had to resign because he has misled America. It will end in war front. Has it ended? Yes. Russia has won. We have a new sheriff in time. And if those running Nigeria are wise, let this Mazi now and engage when there is time, because you can't stop the coming of Biafra. Nothing. Heaven support it. God that created the heaven and earth has provision that his people should be free. No Igbo man came to sign to be in Nigeria. It's not what we must die for. I don't know what those of you that are educated, those of you that claim to be educated, you went to school, a white man created something, and you are dying to defend it. A stranger. He didn't create it because he loved you. Can you tell me one country that UK has developed? Mention one country that Britain has developed. Mention one country developed by America. All they do is to destroy. I can count thousands of countries and nations they have destroyed. There's no one they have developed. They concocted the zoo together to steal. That's why today they're killing every day in Imo State. Chase all the youth away. Lay pipeline to pipe our gas through Niger to Europe. That's why they blow the Nord Stream pipeline. They think they're smart. They come to Africa, cause trouble everywhere. Every place that the UK, the Western vultures are stealing, there is insecurity there. Why? Who is instigating it? Then they're the one bringing weapons. Just engage, look for some ultras, give them small change, and ask them to be killing each other. As they're killing, they're stealing. As they're killing, they're stealing. A while ago, Mustafa, I think it was this thing for Abacha CSO. He said that the soil in Sambisa forest has gold in it. As they're busy fighting, killing, some people are packing the sand, taking it to China and making money out of it. That's the only thing these foreigners do. It's not because they love you. Then they throw change to the people they put in charge to help them manage the countries that they held in bondage. And those of you that are educated, I just imagine now Tinubu that used to campaign during the Nadeko days. I used to read things he says, resource control is the one now supporting that want to keep people in bondage. Peacefully negotiate, call people. This thing is not working. What do you want? What do you want? Everybody said you want to go, we'll be good neighbors. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that you pipe gas and oil to all our former neighbors. But the way you people are going, I don't think that will work again. No. You are punishing our leader. You are suffering our leader. For how long now you kept our leader there? These people don't know that Biafra will come. You don't think about what happens in another 50 years, in 100 years. How will we Biafrans look at you people? All the cancellation centers in the north are filled with Biafrans. Even the DSS. If you go to DSS, there are plenty. I got the figures today, the number of Biafrans in DSS custody. Some of them didn't do nothing wrong. The only crime they've committed is that they're Igbo. That's the only crime. A man left his house in the morning, kissed his wife and children, and they go market. They got to the road, they pick him up. Lock him up. Took him to one place and knock him up for 1 year, 6 months, 2 years. They are not seeing his family. For no crime committed in his own country. And you people feel good about it. Because he's asking for freedom. The same thing that the white people did. There's a slave house somewhere in Akwa Ibom where they built a pit. Something they cast where they threw slaves before they transfer them to the ship. That's the same thing you people are still doing in this age and time. We said that slavery is the greatest inhumanity of man to man. We're still doing it in this Muslim day and time. We're still helping the whites to foster all the evil, all the iniquity, all the wickedness that is the British, the colonial master bequeathed to Africa. That is why everybody begin to wonder, why would a reasonable person that claimed to be educated in the right senses want to go and fight for France in Niger? Did the France offend ECOWAS? How did the France offend Nigeria? I said France, Niger. How did the Niger offend you? That somebody took over power. You want to defend democracy. Where was the democracy when America went to Libya and killed Gaddafi? Why didn't they defend democracy there? Where is democracy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is locked up for how many years? for no crime committed. Court has discharged and acquitted them. When has America fought for them defending democracy and human rights? Britain that gang up with Kenya and Nigeria government to kidnap him, have they fight for democracy and human rights? That you want to go and fight and kill fellow Africans? I am a Biafran. I will not support that. If you kill a Nigerian, you have killed a black man. It's my brother. I don't care his religion. I don't care his tribe. God forbid, if you kill a Fulani man unjustly, I won't be happy with you. You have killed a black man. You kill a Hausa man unjustly, I won't be happy with you. I won't clap for you. You've killed a black man, you've killed a brother. You kill a Yoruba man unjustly, I will not be happy with you. I won't clap for you. I would have said, oh, it was the Nigerians came to fight, kill Biafrans during Biafran war. Let them die. God forbid, why should they die? They're defending their rights. The West has been stealing from them. The West has been plundering them. They said enough is enough. This man here is only supporting our enemies that are stealing our resources. We don't want you again. We want somebody that will use our resources right. You take the resources, give them $11. And you are selling it for 218. I don't care even if it's not to 218. There's something called global justice. Where is it? Where is justice in the ECOWAS? Where is justice in the UN? UN is an institution of the colonial masters. UN is an institution designed to prosper the agenda of the Western scavengers. They have plundered Africa for over 500 years, and people in this age and time are still supporting them. Why should we continue to support such? Let's go into our senses. You can be good brothers. We want to separate. Everybody go your own way. Let's have a common market. Let's begin to think, how do we help ourselves? Okay, Biafrans, you want to go, fine. Where is your boundary? How do we help ourselves? Okay, please, if you are going, promise you will help us with this. Into perpetuity, we can do it. You cut off life from Nigeria. Algeria get the life. That's the African brotherhood. That's the Renaissance you're talking about. I'm a Pan-Africanist with mouth. And you're killing a fellow African, a Pan-Africanist. A while ago, some people were campaigning, they were using our worst picture to deceive that they can deceive. They were using our worst picture. Now, today, why can't you stand by the principle that I was stood for? I was stood for truth. Yes. I was an epitome of truth and justice. Today, what do you stand for? Impunity, lies, and deception. The society can't run that way. You can't have peace that way. All they're doing every day to scam. Look for who they want to impose on IPOBS leader. They have done it in the past, it didn't work. You take it to work now, it will never ever work. Keep scheming. Keep looking for who you want to push. That's why they want to impose a leader on IPS and Labour Party. They want to impose. You don't even see what to impose. They want to impose an IPOBS. You guys are too cheap. You are thinking. Your brains are not working. They want to impose. You didn't see any intelligent person to impose. You look for somebody that is doing stomach infrastructure. One hungry person that is looking for fundraising, looking for change up and down, looking for who to deceive, to send him change. You went to a building that a building they put for rent. He went to change the story and tell them he has rented it as office. He went to lie. He has negotiation with North Korea. He has bought a warplane. He has bought ships. Those are the kind of person you want to impose. And the organization run by one of the finest African brains, Mazi and Kanu. And he left people like him behind. Mazi Doziem is of his class. Mazi Abaye, Mazi Uzurumeke, the deputy HOD. Those are people, they're intelligent people, they have brains. These are sound people. Look at all of them. These are people that know their left and right, not hungry people, not people that can sell out for any amount. Unbribable men. Men that the only reason why they are alive is to get freedom. That's what some of us came to do. We're not here to make billions. Men that do not value another thing in this world other than freedom. You can't go and look for an intelligent person like that. You go and carry one person that don't know his left and right. somebody that can't follow. It doesn't even have leadership qualities because every leader is a follower. You can't follow, you want to lead. Where have you followed? You want to lead an organization that is in over 100 countries, and you have not followed the one unit. Finland, where he is not a member. Where is your track record? Somebody want to bring you to the head IPOB. These people, are they normal? Do they have brain at all? You couldn't go and look for, if you have gone to look for one big shot. There are some people that have gone really high before maybe they fell off with the leadership or they made a mistake. I call it accidents. Some had accidents on the job. They had an little accident. You didn't look for such people. You now went to go and bring one person that have not followed anywhere and thinking by one sort of magic, you bring him to head. Head where? Where will he enter? You think what makes him a leader is to tell him I'm a spokesman for people. Who made him spokesman? All of us were appointed by somebody. We go to our offices by pronouncement made by leaders. They will vet you, interview you. They will interview you, they will not call you. When I was vetted for the office of National Coordinator of the Zoo, it took many months. I even had forgotten. It took many months after the interview. I forgot and I thought they had picked somebody else. Before suddenly I had my name as deputy. Then, before I was asked to, step up. That's how this family runs. It's disciplined people that run this family. And if you're not disciplined, you can't. That's why many people are falling aside. People that are not disciplined, you can't go long here. You can't go far. It's not a trait. Mazi Chika in his first broadcast in January, he said that anybody that lacks the capacity to pay, to take instruction, should leave the family alone. See all those ones that say they are auto, those people that are not disciplined, that are not, rebellious. We can't give them order. They're too big to keep instruction. That's why they're falling out of line with the leaders. All of us here, every good leader is a yes sir, yes man. Every good leader must be loyal. If you're not loyal, you can't go far. If you're not loyal, if you're not loyal, you cannot succeed the next person. Yes. Elisha was loyal to Elijah. That was why he took over from him. Gehazi wasn't disciplined enough. Loyalty. He went to go and collect what he didn't ask him to collect. What he said, return back. That's disloyalty. He lost it. And that's what is happening to many of you in this struggle. You're too big to be told what to do. And that's how the infiltrators behave. That's how they find it easy to run go there. They don't want anybody to tell them anything. They're too big to be controlled. They hold me. Don't tell me what to do. Then you can't go far. There's a queue. If you don't join that queue, you must follow that queue religiously. You must follow the queue. Respect and honor your leaders. I'm so happy that I have leaders that don't do wrong things. I'm not even afraid that what if they're doing wrong things? Somebody asked me one day, you people say we should listen to our leader. What if they're doing wrong things? So why if your leaders are doing wrong things, you should obey, but you shouldn't come out to challenge them publicly. Don't oppose them publicly. Look for somebody who can talk to them, to advise them. That's how to go about it. And don't show their weaknesses in the public. You don't come openly and tell your leader, I won't do it, and insult your leader. You'll mess up your record, even if your leader is not doing well. Me, I'm lucky that I work with leaders who are disciplined, who are cultured, who don't do wrong things. So there's nothing they tell me to do, I don't do, because I know they don't do wrong things. In my own little way, I've tested them and found out they don't do wrong things. These people at the top there, they're men of moral. You can't shake them with anything. They're disciplined men and women, cultured men and women, well-behaved men and women, men that are exposed, men that know what they want. They're not running for stomach infrastructure. Today they're in group B, tomorrow they're in group C. That's the sense of people in this one, they're running up and down. They can't stay in one place. They jump from one place to the other. Either they're looking for position or they're scheming for one thing or the other. Real leaders stay in queue. What again is the benefit? Like I said, is to put to an end the false narrative of there are some people, Igbo speaking people, that are not Southeast. So, Economic Empowerment Day on every Monday has put an end to that lies that EPA was spreading. without people noticing it. That division, that gap, he has created a map. He remanded Igbo communities out of Southeast, give them another name. So those people know what they've been doing. All the while, they have a well planned out game they were playing. But a very cheap, foolish game because it cannot work. It's dead on arrival. We're too determined for anybody to come up with all those nonsense. What again are the benefits? Is the restoration of the old orderliness in our society, in our socio-economic build-up of life. That we know that there's some market that only opens on Monday. All those Monday markets were disrupted. Such things have been restored. There's so many business activities that used to be on Monday. So many places, so many, what do you call them, guilds of different economic activities or associations in various markets in Biafra land. Maybe they used to have their meetings on Monday. That nonsense distorted that. And by extension, distorted everything, distorted their life, distorted their way of life, distorted their social well-being, distorted their time for leisure. People that used to live hitherto before them, that used to take their rest on Saturdays, could not do again, because on Saturday they have to go to market. People that used to rest only on Sundays couldn't again, because Saturday they work the whole of Saturday, even into Sunday, because they know on Monday they're not going to work, they're not going to market. People abandoned their religious activities. Churches were empty, because some people had to go and hustle on a Sunday, so they know that the next day there'll be no market. And not by act of government, not even by act of those seeking for this freedom, but by those who are seeking for relevance that they don't deserve, by those who are looking for how to make money out of it, by those who want to hijack the struggle and show the government in power understanding, those who want to pervert the cause, those that were hired by the enemy. So that first rule, that first alarm have been corrected, and there's restoration. So everything will return to normalcy in our land. And I know our leader has so much to say on this. I don't want to go deep too much. I have so many things written here, but I want to gradually bring it. You have some major empowerment skills in Biland, like the apprenticeship system, the white-collar job we call Oloyibo, agriculture, artisanship, skilled labor, skilled private and government initiatives, and there's so many of that. So this economic empowerment day actually was well thought for. I don't know if Onyendu actually settled down to think about it because it's too rich. It's too loaded to return back what the enemy has stolen. So to me, the ontological basis for that principle is restoration. It was designed to restore back what the enemy has stolen every Monday. It was designed to bring back hope. I was gladdened to read a few days ago when the Eastern governors came together and said, listen, IPOB, ESN are not criminals. To have evidence, bring it. And which is true. Everybody knew this. But the media always go there and lie. They will go and kill the IPOB. Those who say that parameter, they say IPOB. And I think sometimes we begin to wonder, when we read some news, we start wondering, what are these people saying? Are these people normal? How can we rise and kill our own people? We don't do that. It's not even in our genes, it's not in our culture. It's an abomination. Aru, I understand it's called, is it Uta or Ota in Isoko? It's an abomination. Because there is a difference between sin and an abomination. It's a sacrilege. Forget to have cases, which is isolated cases of ritualists and all that. And the new people that do ritualists, they are not normal people. They sold their hearts. Someone like Kokos or the man that kills his people, he doesn't care. Kills youth every day. He turn on TV and see his people there. It does not move him. You know that this is not a normal person. Only I will know about Akwaka. It's not longer normal. That every youth in your village is running away. How much change did they give you in Abuja? They are killing your people because they lay pipeline to steal our gas. And they are slaughtering every day. They're killing all the youth in your place. A governor. Under normal circumstances, if one person, one citizen dies where you have any leader, the governor will go there and shed tears. Here that one person is killed anywhere in America, president will go there and visit. It's only here, this place where I don't know where the leaders come from, that they will enter a church and slaughter to the president will go on a journey, go where he want to go. You know, send. After all, it's a good news to him. They have executed his assignment. Kill, steal, and destroy. That's the assignment of the British. That's what these people ruling now have continued doing. They are happy to see the people in pain. How come every government that comes is worse than the previous one? Have you asked yourself that question? How come that Nigeria is a country where yesterday is always better than the next day? Have you asked yourself why? Something is fundamentally wrong. Nigeria was not built to develop. It was designed to steal. Royal Niger Company. It was a company. Western industrial revolution in Europe, Western civilization was built on one principle: to conquer the world, to control, manipulate, and steal. And that's what they have done till now. They pack human beings. They came to Africa and kidnap people to take to Europe to work in the farms. They came to Africa, kidnap, until the people start challenging them. Okay, let me pay you. I give you gin. Bring 3 people for me. I'll give you Miro. Bring 4 people for me. It started with kidnapping. And these people are telling us human rights. Nigeria must restore democracy. They want to defend democracy. Who gave you visa to come to Nigeria to kidnap 100 years ago? Have you thought about it? Have you thought about reparation? Your conscience doesn't prick you. You go to a place to steal. They are poor. They are hungry. People are dying of starvation. Nothing touches you. These people are animals. They're not human beings. What makes you human is that you have feelings, emotions. When you don't have human emotions, you're no more a human being. You become a beast. These Western vultures are beasts. They are carnivorous animals. They kill, steal. Every day they don't care. They don't care how many people die in Africa. See how people are dying every day in Nigeria. I begin to wonder, these people that come here to defend democracy, they brought UN armament a while ago. Why did they bring them? To defend all their oil bunkers that they're stealing now. Russia is not giving them enough oil. They're stealing them at random in Biafra land to defend their stealing tactics. That's the only thing they care about. They don't care about you. Look at communities in Delta State. There's a particular community where a young man was telling me where he hails from. No bridge. If you buy a bicycle, you pay a badge to carry it across, or you buy a car, badge to carry it across. And that place is oil rich. That's where they are sucking dry, suck billions. This wicked company, Shell, cannot construct bridge there. So they are not human. But their time is up. They don't know that their time is up. We have been praying, those of us that pray, we have been crying to God, help us. Help us in Africa. And God has decided to help us. Any wise leader anywhere now, go and call for dialogues. Anybody saying, I want to go, let them go. Call them, come before you go, please. This death, how do we do it? What are we going to get when you people go? We don't need to quarrel. It's only in Africa. It's people that don't have brain. They're waiting for you to settle you. Is you interested in your peace? No, they put you together so that they can be stealing from you. That's why Nigeria has not developed. You know what they're stealing from Nigeria? There's light in UK. It's because of oil and gas they steal from Biafra land. Yes. There's light in Paris. It's because of the uranium they steal from Niger and the Burkina Faso or Mali, one of those other former French colonies. Mensa Musa was one of the richest men that passed through the earth. A Malian, an African. It wasn't an European. Today, France has the largest oil gold reserve. Yet Mali doesn't have. And they steal all their gold. They want them to be happy. Democracy. Democracy, our fruit. What is democracy? Democracy and capitalism goes hand in hand. And capitalism is a theory, is a principle. The principle of laissez-faire is what they use to exploit and steal and destroy the whole world. That is ontological backend for Greed. Insatiable accumulation of wealth. That's what they taught African leaders. That's why they still return it to them. They use it to run the economy. Switzerland had one of the best banks in the world, and at the end they steal the money come. They don't put them in corrupt country, and they know they're collecting money given to one country as loan for development. The president is bringing it to hide his account. They won't report him. They will keep it for years, use it to develop their own, make profits, and later, once the news come out, they will not come out and start talking. And yet too, they're not corrupt. Africans, wake up. Nigeria government release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now and come and negotiate. You can't stop Biafra. There's a new sheriff in town. Russia is the world power now. Maybe you don't know yet. Let me tell you openly so you can hear. Let it get into your ear. There's a new world power, and that is Russia. And their foreign policy is to liberate Africa. That's what Trump was talking about, the regulation and block him out. Because he said he will free Africans. How can the richest continent be poor? That's what make Trump and Putin, that's what made them sick. The richest continent in the world are poor. People are dying in the Mediterranean Sea. Last week, our brothers died. The boat capsized. Everybody died. Their dead bodies were seen on the shore. And this thing happens every week. Our leaders don't see it. It doesn't move them. What kind of people are you? Allow people to be free so that they can develop their own economy, so they can develop their country, and let people stay here. There's nothing we are looking for in Europe that we don't have at all. There's nothing we are looking for where we are now that we don't have where we come from. Allow people. We will live better. We'll help you. We'll give you whatever you need. Let's start developing now. Let's develop our land. The day you develop, Biafra gets developed, Africa will be developed. Because Africa is longitude, Biafra is longitude 0. Longitude 0, that is the center of the earth. That's what Biafra land is. So that location is too important to heaven. That location is too important to humanity. And you can't stop it. Because that is what heaven has ordered. That is what heaven has ordained. So you continue trying to suppress us is only increasing our anger. Are you aware we are writing down everything you are doing through folktales? We're telling our children all the evil they're doing in Nigeria, how they're killing our people every day, how our people are in prisons. If court say discharge an acquainted to Yoruba man, he will be released. Court say discharge an acquainted to Hausa man, Biafran man, Fulani man, will be released. Court says discharge an acquainted to an Igbo man, he will be held back. Look at what they're doing to Emefiele because it's an Igbo man. Sanusi left, nobody harassed him. Nobody embarrassed him. Emefiele walk with somebody. Nobody is calling the person's name. Putin has come to tell you that a ghost rule you for 6 years. Nobody has sued him. Nobody has opened mouth, even challenge him. But our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said it many years ago. You didn't believe. Even your educated professors came to defend nothing in the social media. Your journalists have not written again. They're not talking again. They've lost their voices. You guys should learn to be reasonable. You can't stop Biafra. The more you are prolonging the coming of Biafra, the more you are destroying our relationship. We have been good neighbors for many years. We have lived in peace. Many years ago, we used to have a gate man from Borno State, Babagana. He goes to our kitchen to carry food. He comes to the sitting room to watch TV. Nobody sends him away. Even though he was gate man. We go so close that we began to see him like our brother. You can't maltreat him in the house. You dare not. Anybody else will fight you. House cannot give him anyhow food. The same place they put for food for him is what they put for me, is what they put for others. Go there and carry. First come, first serve. Yet he was a gate man. He wore the same cloth we wore. When they buy cloth for us, that's the same way they used to buy for him. We saw him as our brother. And that's how we've always been. But you people every day packing Igbos, full all the detention centers in the north, killing them mercilessly. You are destroying what have kept us for so many years. There was love. There's this unity we have always had. That's what these people say they're doing sit at home. All these agents of darkness. You are good to our land and kill our land, kill our people, kill our tell children to need that. Children going to school on a Monday. Who taught you that? We've never been this heartless to ourselves or to our people. It has never happened before in our history. Go and check our histories. We've always loved ourselves. We've always lived peacefully with our neighbors. In my formative years, I grew up in Yoruba land in my formative years. Many years ago, when I used to live in Lagos, my best friends were Yorubas. There's so much love. They can defend you more than their own brother. Then, who used to see ourselves as one? You people are destroying it. And by holding our leader, you're increasing our anger. And the sad story is that Biafra is a given. One of those things we need to have Biafra Cup. God has done it. There's a new superpower now. Go and try Russia now. Since your head hot. Why can't France go and hit Niger? Go now. America, go. They were pushing Zelensky. Zelensky now destroyed his own society. Where are they to fight? Where are they? Power changes hand. Society is dynamic. There are no permanent champions. Nigeria, you think you are so strong. You are not again. Oh. Look at what terrorists are ravaging everywhere. Why? Because things are fundamentally wrong. There are inexorable laws of nature. I am an ontologian. There are laws that guides everything that happens in nature, in human nature. There's a harmony in nature. Crime distorts the social harmony. Bloodshed distorts the social harmony. If you're only shedding blood in any land, there will be hardly peace there. Why? Blood has a voice. Apart from being a philosopher, I am a pastor. In Genesis chapter 4, the first man that killed his brother and ran, God called him, young man, where is your brother? He said, which foolish question they asked me? Am I my brother's keeper? He said, listen, your brother's blood is crying from the axe. Why, do you know the meaning of that? Man was taken from dust. Axe, you are dust. With all your killing people, you still die. Everybody will die. Man was taken from the dust, the molded dust, and the breath. God breathed into it. That is the biblical account. I'm not here to defend Bible. Let me borrow that theory for the purpose of this reference. He breathed into it, became a living soul. A man is tripartite. Three things make up man: the soul, the spirit, and the matter. That's the flesh. That body that you're carrying is sand. When blood drops, and the Bible says that without the shedding, there's no blood, without the shedding of blood, there's no remittance of sin. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 22. So once you spill blood, it cries before God. Why? Blood has voice. Imagine how many people Buhari killed in Igbo land because he want to stop agitation. Has agitation stopped? No. Would agitation ever stop? Never. Why? Because heaven has a hand in it. Therefore, it's an ideology that its time has come. Mazi Nnamdi didn't just come by accident. It didn't start when it started by accident. Why do you think now things are just turning around all of a sudden? If it were before, Niger would have been wiped out now. By now, nobody will remain there. But they can't again. When they went to Libya, to destroy Libya, there was nobody to fight for the world. Now somebody has risen, somebody has conscience. Have you read the story of Putney? Have you heard the story? Putney is like some of us. We don't die. We don't die and come back to life. I died on the 26th of June, 2022. That's the day I died for Biafra. There are people who have died long ago before me. Putney's mother, they presume she was dead. She had been packed in a truck where they were carrying to go and bury her before the father came and brought her out. By some stroke of nature, of luck, whatever it is, they saw that the woman had not died completely and she came back and she was pregnant for this man. So you know there's a dead man living. So that's why when you see all these things, he's not happy. To see how the West is plundering the whole world. The West refuse to allow. Which country have they developed? All they do is to steal. Any leader that has good plan, they'll remove him. Patrice Lumumba, killed. Any leader in Africa that have plan for his people must be removed. Nkrumah was removed. Mazi, they never allowed all the people that developed Africa to stay in power. They're still doing it today. They only bring wrong people in power. Practically half of the world is ruled by strangers. They bring only strangers to rule. Who will do what they ask them to do? And what would they ask them to do? Policies that will encourage stealing. Somebody everybody knows is a 419, a criminal, and put him in place and tell him do what we ask you to do. He say, yes, sir. Kill your people, and he's killing them every day because he has no value for life. If they had voted, people had voted for him, he will know he should be responsible, he should be accountable to them because they didn't vote for him. He didn't come to power through them. And there's something about life, if you're always doing evil, evil will come after you. It's not a cause. In America, they rig election to bring bidding. Everybody knew they rigged election. Did they do well? No. Why did they not do well? The Democrats have the best technocrats in America. They have some of the best brains. They have everything going for them. Why did they fail? Because they failed spiritually. Success is both physical and spiritual. Everybody thought that once Bola Tinubu enter power, oh, Nigeria will fly to high heavens. But the reverse is the case. Why? Because somebody has done something wrong somewhere. The cosmic powers, the territorial powers, there are powers that control every territory in the realm of the spirit. When you do wrong thing, you offend them. Things can't work for you. It's not a cause. I'm telling you what you don't know. When you steal power, when you manipulate to get to power, this won't work in your favor. You can steal, oh fine. You can enlarge your own personal empire. But that is not why you are there. Everybody in power is there to serve. Everybody in place of authority is there to serve. Those of you in IPOB know that if you're occupying a high exalted office, you are there to serve, not to serve yourself. The focus is to benefit others, not yourself. So if you're in a position you only growing fat, only you alone, you're a failure. You're not a leader. Leaders live for others to benefit. Leaders live for others to grow fat. Jesus said that I might decrease. Is it? Oh no, John the Baptist, that I might decrease, that you will increase. Paul said that he will decrease, so that Christ will increase. I die every day to gain Christ. So as he's reducing, the ministry is expanded. If you're a leader, you are just busy accumulating wealth. Look at how much Abata accumulated. He accumulated so much wealth. Does that make him a king or hero? No. It's an inglorious thing for you to go there and acquire wealth and your people are suffering. Your people are dying. People are dying of hunger and starvation in Nigeria. Go around the streets in Nigeria, see people begging for money. See families cannot feed. There was a story that shocked me in the social media. Somewhere in Kanu, one man went to a food seller, a man that sells food stuff. He went to beg him to sell credit for him, that him and the family had not eaten for 2 days or whatever. Instead, they had not eaten for days. So the man just said, beg, leave here. Every time you come and buy credit. The man ignored him. So he went to sit outside. He sat on the floor in the front of the shop. He sat there and dozed off. They didn't know he had died. So another man came to buy something and said, this man has been here since. Why is this man sitting? He said he want to buy credit. You know, every time he go buy, he will not pay. So how much is his bill? They say 2,000. What he wants to buy is worth 2,000. The man said, okay, I will pay. The man said, I'll pay. Oh yeah, back give him. They carried, they were calling the man, okay, come and take the food. Somebody has paid for you. They discovered he was dead. That's how Nigeria and the leadership kill people every day. They don't care. How many of my Bini brothers have died in the Mediterranean Sea? Try to cross. The government, it doesn't care. It does not matter to them. They don't care how many more dies. Let the young to run away. Let them have free. Let them keep stealing. Let them be everywhere, bringing UN vehicles to protect them, equip youth to be killing each other where they are busy stealing. That is the same old style that the British have been doing in every country they go to. All the wars fought in India or in China, everywhere they've been to, they instigate wars just to steal. And in this age and time, where people who claim to be educated in power, they still allow that. They're still bearing the name given to you by a girlfriend or somebody, one drunker somewhere. You're proud of it. I see somebody say, I'm from Porakot. I say, these people, they don't read history. Your name is Yugocha. That's who you are. It change your name a million times. It doesn't change who you are. We care and your brother, be any name you like. It doesn't change your neighbor man. And the most annoying thing is that the people you are changing your name for know who you are. They know your neighbor man. Even if your name, you change your name now, be English name, your behavior shows who you are. They know you are in Yamari, all in Yamari, you are Igbo. It doesn't matter the name you bear or the language you speak. There is nothing they've refused an Igbo man they've given you in River State. Mention that thing. Is it international airport? Is it seaport? Is it free light? Is it water? Is it road? Tell me what they've given you that they denied the Igbos. But they keep dividing you so you don't form a block and fight for your right. Tell me what they deny Igbo man they give to and you go to Ibinima. Nothing. It's the same thing. What have they denied all that they've given you in Ishekiri or Nisoko or Urobo? They know we are one people. They are not going fast with our ineptitude, with our foolishness, fighting ourselves. When we should come and speak one language and defend what belongs to us and chase the thieves away. My people, I think enough is enough. Economic empowerment day is for you to go back to who you are. Go back to your market. Go back to your profitable venture. Go back and rebuild your home. Go back and rebuild your family. Restore the institution, the economic institution, the social, political institution. Everything that was working for us, that made us who we are, that made us proud people, should be restored back. That's what we need to intend to do, in my own understanding. When Onyindu comes out, he will tell you more. He'll tell you what he has in mind. I'm just saying the little I think about it from my own personal viewpoint. So I want to bring in some special people who are here tonight for us to deliberate further. So this comes this is the end of my discourse. Like I said earlier on, we have some important guests. Some of my colleagues in West Africa are here. Last week, or 2 weeks ago precisely, I was here on air, and the West African rep joined us. Mazi was here. Then National Coordinator of Benin Republic spoke to us. We had, I think we had Mazuka, Gambia, but for some reasons, I don't think he was heard because of some disturbances we had. So tonight, I want to call in my wonderful colleagues so that you can hear them, and I'll call them in. I think we're going to make it an interactive session. We have till maximum till 10, but I know we don't have to stay up to 10. We have 2.5 hours, but we can just narrow it to 2 hours, and so that Mazi Jonathan can continue and attend to any other thing he has for our people for today. So, Biafrans, I want to bring to studio, and I want to make it's going to be an interactive session. We're going to ask some questions, some patent questions that bother the struggle. There are normal topics that we'll be talking about lately. I want them to bring in their own perspective, their understanding, and tell us how they feel about these things and how it affects our family in their respective countries where they supervise. So I have Togo National Coordinator. Mazi, can you unmute yourself and greet Biafrans? Gambia National Coordinator, please unmute yourself and greet Biafrans, please. Ivory Coast National Coordinator, please unmute yourself.
Good evening, Biafrans from here, Ivory Coast of the Gambia.
God bless you, Mazuka.
Great Biafrans. I, Mazi, Anenechukwu, Ezanwukike, the Biafran Cote d'Ivoire National Coordinator. A greetings to you people.
You're welcome, Mazi. We salute you. Sierra Leone, Gambia, Togo, please unmute yourself, everyone. I want to start
Good evening, Biafra.
Okay. Good evening to you. Good afternoon to some and good morning to some.
I am Mazi Chidi Tendency Uchendo. By the grace of Tukuka Biama,
I am the national coordinator, Sierra Leone. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. So, Mazi, Chief Dependency, let me start with you. What does it look like in Sierra Leone? This seat of, I call it by the infiltrator. We've gotten to where we no longer hide things. We'll call it to give them by their name. We'll call the devil by his name. So now we've gotten to where we no longer paint ways. We'll say this thing the way they are. Let our people understand. Because one of the ills, one of the setbacks we had is because when this nonsense started, the leadership didn't nip it on the board. And when the leadership wanted to attack us, we were like, don't bother, don't give him give him unnecessary attention. And the DOS were saying, no, this guy needs to be checked because this is not the first time we're experiencing it. But other people that don't understand how the system works was challenging them. And our leaders have been crying from the beginning. This man, this guy, these things he's doing, this guy is planning evil and he's up to something. This guy is not part of the family. He has no right to talk about IPOB. And let me put it to everyone listening to me, that if you're not an IPOB member, you're not a principal officer in IPOB to a certain level, you don't have any right to talk about IPOB structure in the public media. You can have divergent opinions. You don't talk about the system, the structure. You're a lawyer to the family, fine. It doesn't make you a member. And those of you that are not members can't know what we know. It's not possible. You can't, because we'll give you legal issues to handle and not think you understand the structure. No, you can't. Because anywhere you belong to, every association has what they call in-house training. That's number one. Number two, when you associate in every place, you get used to their modus operandi, code of conduct, and the rules of engagement. Some of them are not written. That's why we talk about countries that practice unwritten constitution. There's so many things they do that are not contained in one document. The same thing is applicable to this organization. There are so many things we do that are not even in our code of conduct. But we just know this is how we do it. That's when certain things happen, you say, experience, go say, no, in the family, this is the way we do it. We don't make reference to any book that time. So you that is from outside can't understand and judge us better. You guys should stop. Somebody now, Mazuka, let me ask you. Aloy Jimako made a statement that the Mazi Nnamdi followers are EPA followers. How true is that to you?
My superior, you have not asked me to. Yeah, you asked me to, but you are asking questions, but you never went back to me to, in other words, to explain what you asked me.
Go ahead.
Yes, good evening once again, my superior. I greet you all, my colleagues, my fellow coordinators. Yes, like you said, here in Sierra Leone, we are battling it on. But I want to make it very clear here. IPOB, you have to know what IPOB stands for, and you have to know who are IPOB first and foremost. And if you understand what IPOB is all about, and you understand who are IPOBs, and you will be able to kind of identify where you belong to. In this IPOB, we are moving trends, and steered by our leader, who is Nnamdi Kanu, and the well-structured structure. And I don't think anybody born of a woman can destroy IPOB because it's well-structured and anchored into Ukadiama. So, it is a way of the enemy. Enemy can, and I believe whistle is blown. So they don't have anywhere to hide because even a chain of command, which is command and control, and in IPOB too, is subordinate to intelligence. We have defeated all the enemies of our.
Bless you. God bless you, Mazi. Coordinator Mazi Uye. Those so yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Our good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom in village in Ikubawaka local government of Igodo. My very coordinator, Ghana National Coordinator, Mazi Julius Chukwukezie. I want to say good evening once again to Biafrans. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is our leader and he remains our leader. And regards, special regards to the DOS of
Mazi Uyi, you're welcome, sir. Let me cut it short. The pleasantries are well noted and accepted. Sir, I want to go straight to the question. This is a question I asked Mr. Mazi Oka, but he came from another perspective and he did well in what you talk about. I want to ask you, from your understanding, how do you see the insult that Samalekpa members are members of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How do you take such insult? And how does such insult, what is the feeling in the family in Ghana? If somebody makes such a statement in your gatherings, how do you react? How do you respond to that?
Thank you very much. You've already is an insult which even the family of Ghana also admit same, which we do not welcome at all. We do not welcome it here. We do not welcome it in our platform or in any means or way or shape. Here in Ghana, the family is intact. That POB Ghana is intact under the change that we all know. And in our platform, nobody talks about these infiltrators because their names are not worthy to be put on this Hello platform. Nobody talks about them in our platform. And it's a standing order here in Ghana that anybody who in any of our gathering talks about or gives any form of credence to these infiltrators. Yes, ectoparasite, as our mother called them. They are weeded away. Do not give them any chance. They are taken away. That order is there. That any of our platform, wherever anybody is spotted to be in any way loyal to this ectoparasite, it means that they are not part of us. And I can stand here categorically to say that in Ghana, we are intact and under the leadership of the DOS. Thank you very much.
God bless you. God bless you, Mazi Uye. I know you guys are formidable, no doubt about what is happening around you. So I want to ask the next person. Okay, let me go back to the national coordinator. Mazi Paul Okere, how are you, sir?
I am fine, sir. Good evening from here, sir. Good evening, Biafrans.
God bless you, sir. Mazi Paul Okere, my question to you might be off, might not go exactly in the order I've started from. You are one of those who was hardly hit by this what I call it. I call it virus. The Otto virus that infiltrated his family. Kiban akwenye ananonime beans. That weaving, Kiban akwenye Igbo. Kiban eri beans, Kiban akwenye Igbo. Otto. So this Otto NATO, this family, this weaving that entered us silently and was eating up our family, eating up the family, eating up the good thing about the family before now. You were one of those affected. I knew when I was newly appointed, Benny was one of those most troublesome stuff. I used to receive up to 27 voice notes from one person from Benny one day. That is not the only one. Just one person can send no to 27 voice notes. But today, calm and peace has returned. In your own way, how were you able to manage the menace, the criminality that infiltrated this family? How were you able to manage it that Benin is calm today? Tell Biafrans.
Thank you, sir. Great Biafrans. Let me go straight to that very question. The best key I use is to look for a chemical to put in that my beans so that it can be able to cleanse those who talk, and we can now take over what is made for us. Number two is that I am loyal to instruction from the office of the DOS through the West African Rep and Co. You see, the problem we are having as leaders is when you have two leaders. The Bible says that no one will serve two masters at a time. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was the one that initiated DOS. And in the absence of Nnamdi Kanu, who am I to obey? Is it not the DOS? If the DOS asked me to hit my head to the rock today, I will hit it. If our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, come out, he asked me, Mazi Paul, what did you hit your leg and Benin Republic on the wall? I will say, it's the DOS that command me. If there is question, he will ask the DOS. They will answer. So why am I killing myself? I am a man under authority. My duty is to remove every war that is to abide on the instruction of the DOS. And that is how I did it. Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you, sir. So, Biafrans, you're listening, leaders across the world. One of the ways to fight the problem of infiltration is total obedience to the DOS. When you have complete obedience to the structure, you have less problems. When I came to that place, we saw the fight, the quarrel, everything going on. He invited me to meetings. I came to the meetings. After everything, I went back and told the leadership, DOS, that changes need to be made in Benin Republic. And I said, this XYZ should be replaced so that we can have peace. They were hard decisions. So I told him that there's consent from the DOS, change this, change that. And he changed them, and peace came back. Some of you that don't want to offend anybody, they are not ready to lead. Today you are set to lead in this family. Is the day you must make up your mind to become an enemy. You make more enemies leading than you make friends. Many people will hate you for your decisiveness. Many will give you names for following the truth, following the structure. Many would, a lot of things will come at you. Leaders are practically dustbins. They trash every rubbish, anything you can think of will be thrown into you. Get ready to absorb them. Why some people are not doing well? They don't want to offend anybody. They are not ready to lead. Not when you are leading people as stubborn as Biafrans. They are like the proverbial Jews in the Bible. God said they are stiff-necked people. That's how people behave. Exceptionally stubborn. Well, it has positive, it has a good, there are benefits to that. And one of the negative side of their stubbornness is that they are difficult to lead. But we will cure their malaria. We'll cure in an area, we'll have a cure. Little by little, we're curing it. That disobedient spirit, we're curing it. Because when we tell you what to do, you refuse to do it, we will move you, put another person. That disobedient spirit. Anything you like, you cry. It doesn't change anything. We have to do what we're asked to do. So, thank you, sir. God bless you. Others, please learn. Learn to be obedient to the DOS. You can't serve two masters. You must displease one. So face your attention. Those of you that are taking instruction from infiltrators, you can't do well. The order, the structure is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Chikeduzium, HOD, DHOD, and all of them, all the frontliners that were killing at their back in our various units and departments. If you are not in that order, then you have missed all the frontliners that were killing at their back in our various units and departments. If you are not in that order, Mazi, you have missed all the frontliners that were killing at their back in our various units and departments. Next person, I want to come to you. Next person, you have one of those coordinators that are doing well. I want to come to you. You have particularly, I always make reference to you now, Mitchell. Why? Because I monitor what goes on in your country. I see the things you do, and personally, I was impressed. So, how have you been able? I see the things you manage Sierra Leone. Personally, by my assessment today, I rate you A. I see the things you manage Sierra Leone. I rate you A today. By the things you do, I follow the programs, what you do, how you marshal out the place. I follow the things in your country. By the things you do, I follow the programs, what you do, how you marshal out very, very obedient in your country. People in Sierra Leone, I follow the programs, how you marshal out very, very family is educated. Educated people are able to control. I do wonder if all of them are, the profession. So the way they comport themselves. So how were you able to manage Sierra Leone that you are apple too much in your family? family? And what is your perception about this agent, double agent in your family? This eco-parasite chief infiltrator. What is your opinion? What do you feel about this? What is your stake on his agenda to infiltrate his family and those pushing him? He wants to become leader. He said, and I quote, that only be made him to swear that you take over in his absence. How can he be so gullible and foolish to tell us that there's a structure? We have leader. We have continental reps in France. All these continental reps you have, European reps, Mazi buying Mazi, Oba, you have so many of them from southern, so many continental reps. Mazi don't see anyone among them that can manage the family. They now be one Mazi don't see anyone among them that Mazi wants to manage the situation. They now be one Sorry, Mazi, am I confusing myself? Mazi, share alone. Sorry, Mazi, am I confusing myself? Oh, sorry. Mazi is Gambia, right? Is it Sierra Leone that spoke first? Mazi is Gambia.
Yes,
Who spoke first? Is it Sierra Leone that spoke first?
Sierra Leone. Yes,
Sierra Leone spoke first. Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Please, pardon me. Pardon me. So, Mazi, Gambia, you heard all what I said. Let me refer this to you because the situation in Sierra Leone is Mazi in Gambia. Gambia is well behaved. You don't have too many problems. The little problem you have, you need to report at the very beginning. And what was that? Changes were made. You don't have too many problems. People that are too big, powermongers, that are too big to be obedient, too big to be controlled. They know how to network. All they do is look for who is in power, network for who is in power. They don't care who is the national coordinator. You know, we brought an answer to that because that's not how this family runs. Personally, I don't believe in that. Everybody you must respect your boss. If a deputy coordinator, national coordinator is your boss, you must respect him. You must respect your boss. That's the way it is. And you don't go and they say you do like you don't send the you don't come to meet, you don't call your boss. It's not my room to like. I can't imagine I'm not coming to meeting. I won't tell my boss I'm not your boss. Not to that. You don't know what you're doing. You're not disciplined. I can't imagine I'm not coming to meeting. And anybody that's not disciplined can't go anywhere in this family. So Mazi come here. I was asking because I thought it was the other guy that I'm not I'm asking the question now. The question I threw to him and bringing it how have you been able to tell this virus when I came on board? We are placed one of them that has this virus before having the little came on board. How were you able to and what is your take on this notion, this foolish notion of somebody thinking they can come and head an organization that have been running for years when it was not in regions, people have been there working, laboring. Although they say that the Biafra are the terrorists that want to arrest something different. People have been there working, laboring. They just wake up and believe they can come and head the place because some brainless people somewhere are pushing him.
Thank you, my leader. My name remains Mazi Mazokai from Biafra. Thank you, my leader. The national connector, first of all, let me correct one impression, and that impression was a statement made by Ejimare that Simon's voice are Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's voice. I want to correct that impression. There is nothing like Nnamdi Kanu's voice in IPOB. IPOB is and we have posed for question, which is through the code of conduct, and which everybody here is to obey the DOS and also loyal to the. So, for those who want to read or who have read, join the so-called auto-side, I don't see how somebody who is brainy enough to join that foolish person, so-called Simon, who is stupid. In fact, I don't even I genuinely qualify him because he's only a foolish person that will follow him. He has to become the man of the rest of us. And where you want to do that, remove you immediately, replace you out. And I found it here anybody that is still in the story that is lost in that nature of following that that person, if you look at you don't give a piece of I stand face to face. So here we are committed. Everyone is loyal to Joyce and also loyal to Mazi, there is nothing like two nonsense, nothing silent, and there's nothing like Mazi and Kanu twice. So we are using confidence and we really
God bless you, Mazi. God bless you. You guys are formidable. You have always been formidable. And I believe you will remain formidable. So, Mazi Anilechuku, the coordinator of Agriculture, I want to ask you, sir, because your country was one of those that daily, but somehow, by the grace of God, you were able to manage and today you get the balance. They wanted to remove steady from your hands in a way of rebellious behavior. And you don't go and keeping against the we are not saying that all the families are 100% free from okay. There are still a lot of people affected. But we know what Elohim will cure them. Now the only new has come up and to tell people that look, I didn't send this infiltrator. He's not working for them. He's causing violence so that they continue holding an end. And one of those, how did you sit at home? One of the mistakes, one of the disadvantages was that it was one of those points they used to call our decision. But thank God those are the things for the past. Thank God the narrative is changing. Thank God the holding on you know that nothing nonsense is right. Thank God they have shifted our result of saying that we need to lead people to fall. We choose to fall together, but we will fall in love with it. We've done enough and time to get for ourselves. And nothing will happen. God has done it now. When you talk about a multipolar and a unipolar world in another state, and God has done something that anybody that is looking for freedom should be proud of. The foreign policy of Russia, when I had it earlier in the year, I was happy. I told somebody, can you say that not years policy? We are praying years ago, God, Russia must not lose, and they didn't lose. Now that it's the progress nation in the world. Nobody talking about it, but that's a progression. You don't hear them. Hear them, like, you know what's up. Now they're interested in freedom, people to be free. That is why I'm saying it to Nigerian government. We need our leaders quietly call him for negotiations so that we can be good neighbors to our safety. If we continue punishing our neighbor, our leaders, they're getting us more angry. We will get to a point where we know the root of forgive. We might get to a point where the future generations will want to revenge. Because if you keep killing Igbo people every day, and people don't know what we are doing, we fought war before. We didn't defeat us. With UK, Russia, the one of them fought on your side. Don't know if you didn't defeat us. You didn't defeat us, you know you never defeated us. As a native said, is it man you think you can defeat us? Never you can. It doesn't matter how many people left. Before native countries, we don't have as much Igbos that we have outside now. Igbos in Ghana are not hundreds of thousands. Igbos in Benin, Igbos in America are millions. Igbos in UK are millions. Igbos are in millions. Igbos in Canada, Igbos are all over the world. Igbos in US are millions. Even if I let's go to people don't know. In terms of the discussion of history, Igbo is the largest ethnic nationality in the Black Africa. By the four census done in Nigeria, Igbo was the largest, larger than other people and put together, larger than the Yoruba. Yes, not the four census. Before Britain start manipulating everything to suit a particular tribe so that they can give them power, protect them, anything they need, they will call one location to control what goes on in our land. Come there and divide us, give others funny names so that we cannot agree, but those who are present in our land. The largest ethnic nationality in the whole, on the surface of the earth, on the black race, is the Igbo race. You cannot believe you can put it off. It is not possible. We are not coming for war, we don't need it. That is why we're not into armed struggle. That's why we're defending. That's why we go to court every day. We have educated and learned people living this struggle. They're choosing the path of the cross. We have gone from the early level, we have come to gradually get to the medical conclusion. That's the Supreme Court, that's the highest court. We have won at the UN back. We have won in any way in Supreme Court. Every law, anywhere we have won. There is no way we either found guilty or found wanted because it has committed no crime. It's not about incompetent representation. It's about hard facts and the truth. It does not matter how long they suppress the truth. You can't bury the truth. Never. These things are spiritual. It does not matter how long they suppress the truth. Ontologically speaking, there are certain things you cannot change because there are forces that guide human existence. Ontological forces, like I said before, there are inevitable laws that are set up. Those laws are certain. They can alter them. They can't be bribed. They can't be compromised. Freedom is sufficient for man. Those that don't want freedom might not get freedom. The moment you begin to ask for freedom, as a Muslim, our man says that when the workers, the poorest, when they are oppressed by the farm owners, if you get a point, he said that when you press them to the wall, they will revolt. If they don't wait to be oppressed to the wall, precipitate for change. The moment humanity begins to precipitate for a change must stop. Precipitate to sacrifice. You can't change it. God cannot stop it. Intimidation can't stop a change. In any sane society, every wise people, what do? Dialogue, renegotiate. What do you want? These comments are just saying, say let's dialogue. All this nation, everywhere, sell their wares, do any kind of business. Nobody attacks them. Nobody sees them as enemies. Now that you depend on people who kill our people, you think you'll be happy. You think only you can silence us by shooting people every day. You can't. You're only building anger. This anger you're building, the generation that will suffer it is not you that is shooting this gun. It's the next generation that you didn't know what you have done. That is why people have to stop now. Throw your hand up. We think this is you can silence us by calling for it. You can't round table negotiation in anger. You enjoy that's Buhari said that you are engaged in focus. Instead of engaging, he buys guns and is killing. And selling wooden houses in Imo State. Where is that from? And no war is declared officially. You think you keep quiet? You think you are not smart as well as people wearing the colors of the nation security outfit. Pretending to see this open door and be shooting innocent people that done nothing wrong. You think you see all this and continue to keep quiet? It's possible. You guys should be sensible enough. What are these people asking for? People come to run the politicians you mingle with. They only deceive you. They only just want to be there and collect money. They're not on your side. No, they're killing their people. The devil wants among them come to us and tell us, you know, we should continue what they're doing. Even though we can't come out and say it. That's what they say. Aside from what they say to me that are the grassroots that are close to them. Because these people are not happy. They are burning their people peaceful. Look at how many checkpoints you have in the east. We don't have that other places. Everywhere in the east, you see people carrying guns everywhere. So that's what we think will continue forever. People should recognize those that are misruling this are supposed to be a great nation, Nigeria. By militarizing the east is not what to kill education. It's only continue to increase anger. By militarizing the east, taking all the evil you put them in prison. That you put every youth in Imo State, put in prison and kill, so that you can carry a fight and that's the way. It's not the solution. Many of them run away. That's the wrong way. Building anger, planning, revenge is burning in their heart. They will kill their parents. You don't need all those fights. And you're killing God, you can't continue their anger. any family platform, one day will come. Someone will be here and will say, no, enough is enough. And that time is coming. Trump wanted to start with a subject. The likes of Trump, all of them are now upset. Putin was asking for it before the war. Now, Putin has defeated them. That is why European people who are in Africa are scared. It's unbelievable. Nigeria is wise now. We need our leaders and engage. Come, let's discuss. Let's take them out of ourselves. If we can forgive now, yes. I leave this family in the whole of Nigeria. I know what I'm talking about. Now we can forgive. We need our leader now. If when you continue to blame our leader, even the anger enough, the evil, the iniquity enough is increasing. The wickedness enough is increasing. And it's increasing in our life, it's increasing in the life of our children. Anyone will go do our children will do. Now engagement discuss. Let's have what can do. Let's do our ways for how we can help ourselves. So we can have peace. Yes, we can't continue killing us and keep it quiet. It's not possible. That's not the way we are wired. Even man does not wear our inside. It comes out as something. There are some cultures they wear to wear, they won't go inside. Even man keep outside. That's the way we are wired. You guys should now lead our leader now. Our leader has suffered so much. The more we are keeping our leader, the more keeping us mad. We should not give the result by keeping our leader. That's the truth of the matter. And the man we are keeping doesn't even care. He sacrifices his life. If you push him to where he issues the command, that's the end. Now, you better negotiate now. Because there is a new story of calm. Putting the right hands now. And putting the instructed in freedom. And also, I believe we use that for that culture plan. This is time to look at leaders and negotiate now, fix it correction. So we can pass happiness and be useful to ourselves. So, Mazi, please, introduce your talk. What is the teen generation in agriculture? How do they come with the infiltration system? Because it came like a wildfire, rage across the town, rage, so many parents were taken away from leaders. How have you been able to manage the situation? Mazi analytical, Biafrans all over the world at the same period.
Thank you, my great leader, my superior. I'm happy for you meeting me, talking about what is happening here. First of all, my name is Mazi as a Okike. I hear from Lanka. Thank you, my great leader, my superior. Biafran Prophet. Coming to what you asked me, first of all, my name is African I heard from Lanka to us as a history where our internal leader stayed for yeah, so it's a very big country which everybody all eyes on everybody want. So coming to the I don't know about it as a history because most of those people making noise here talking about most of them they believe in emotional action. All of them are traders who don't know anything concerning freedom fighters. So I don't know about them. We don't have their feelings here in Cote so they are not every year cockroach make noise and start so they are not able to they don't have much get in Cote d'Ivoire. All those people are traders. They are not citizens. So, and we don't have the efficacy yet. But I'm telling you, all of them are traders. You know, they are not in the field. So they don't. So please, you don't talk about them. They are not much. If you don't talk to them, they did not penetrate here. Even here in Cote d'Ivoire, that man, they call him Eagle Prophet. He came and invited me one day. I went to where he was living there. That place, that woman called naked. Yeah. So when I went to that place, the rogue evil prophet who said that Putin should come and see. You see, one Tata where he was living in the one bungalow is somewhere a place they call Yopugo in Cote d'Ivoire. If you were like their chief infiltrator in Finland, he wrote inside one punch bottle. So one video. So that's where the infiltrators are living. So when I get there, he was telling me that they wanted to tell me. So after that, like I see they don't know what he wrote. As a matter of fact, here we don't have anything like lot of works. So we respect GO, they are foreign GOs. Our intelligence, I can say, after our leader, the most intelligent, wisdom, slow. He believes in action, not thinking. Our leader, Mazi, they are opposites because our I can say people say that don't forget about that guy's something in Finland. He has lost. He can never do anything. I thought he said that we have to after 2 weeks because one month because from there he's not to let it fight. So I thought we have to very important issue because all I know is that Biafra has come. If the British don't want to come and negotiate with us, what is Burkina Faso is doing to France is not really worse because Burkina Faso don't very airline if Britain don't come and negotiate with the Biafrans, very slow. Even even when Biafra comes, we never allow any company from Britain to come to Biafra land. That is, we have to pay them for sure because they are the evil. They are the evil. They brought us confusion. If Biafra land is Britain kill everybody, millions of people in this world.
They are still the ones causing the confusion in the
Up till now, up till today, even France, they are working under British. British are the most evil. They brought us confusion. They will kill everybody. Kill everybody. So please, when we talk, we discuss on better something, not about what we call it survival. So please, I also use this opportunity to thank our brother Jonathan today for myself your platform to talk to Biafra audience. So I'm very happy in the discussion. I greet all my comrades and all. I also use this opportunity to thank our brother
God bless you, sir. On that note, now there's a chance for us to mend ways. That is what I was saying. I am making practice of that. I don't want to go deep in saying some of those other things because of the security issues around them. I know it is better. Why they say DOS is wise because they don't talk too much. They don't come to the open and begin to tell you. Once you begin to tell the enemy what you want to do, you begin to plan an alternative. So it's better you don't talk. The best thing to do is to take your action. But the only thing I can say on that note is that Nigeria, the nationality that constitutes that entity, whether Niger are not bad people. People that have lived together peacefully for millions of years. In my formative years as a young man, I used to be very adventurous. I used to fall around in Nigeria. I used to travel from places to places. I traveled from Lagos to Obama in Borno State without address. And I begin to know that. And I located several places. There are places you slept on the way to sleep in the convenience of peace. When my friend was saying, you keep your bag there. You sleep there. You wake up in the morning, you need to wear to the ticket and come back. You need a bag where you can sleep. It's open but all that today, the city has changed. Where did the criminality come from? The people that we Africans, the black people that the Igbo, the Igbo, they don't believe in. Good society, UK is a land of thieves. But the only go around the world stealing. That's why you see all of them steal. They have a free mindset. That's why the country is the way it is. They only steal. They're parasites. They base their life in stealing from others. When people go to countries that have conflict, they don't base their life in stealing. Their people have a different mind, worldview, way of life. Because Nigeria was designed to steal for British to steal, they brought some people, put them in power, teach them how to steal. Britain has succeeded in making thieves out of everybody. How can senators arrest some of six yesterday they sharing 30 million, 50 million when everybody is hungry? There are still some years that have not been paid. Old people that have starved for many years, that are dying of hunger. It's not take care of them. People who already where they come, they already, the only thing in their mind now, see how they think they're dancing and smiling. They were happy. They want to settle this. They want to bribe their mind. In case of the eventual judgment from the happy court, in case it goes the other way around, so that they don't complain. You know, gift blind. Gift has a way of silencing you. Gift is like a type of person gift to give you can't talk. You want to talk, your tongue is very hard. The only thing you can be careful. They want to get their approval, they want to go and apply for grants. When you begin to to steal. If you are teaching children, you learn how to steal. If you are lying, you tell your children, play somewhere and make and talk. You are making liars out of these children. And it should come back to you. So we need to go back to who we are. Our mission is not to go and visit our world hero. We need to go back to Lagos. There's a man called Kesin Erebe. There's a Ghanaian philosopher. Or Blessed Nnamdi. He talked about what they call consensual democracy. That was what was in place in Africa before these criminals came and brought this their capitalist corrupt democracy that is built on stealing, kill, and destroy. So on this note, I would say that those running Nigeria, we need our freedom and the negotiate now before it becomes too late. People call them specifically. Yes, people call them. So let's negotiate. They say, no. The war will end in battlefield. If it end in battlefield, yes. They say we know who won the war. So we're telling them now, come, let's negotiate. If they're still proving stubborn, a day will come, there'll be no room for negotiation. And that day is not far yet. This is time now to negotiate. Because Biafra is a gift. Nothing made of man can stop Biafra. Nothing made of even human spirit can stop Biafra. Biafra is a spirit. Spirit is like the wind. It cannot be arrested. So today we understand that we didn't negotiate in Nigeria. And we can't keep us in bondage. No. So I had to tell you yesterday that the women need to legislate a law. The whole CBN law, former CBN law, remove injustice. Court will give order, they will not obey the order. The lawyers who forwarded some things to me, I'll come to the later day talking about it. That will talk about rule of law. And I'm a stupid political philosopher. So I have a lecture and I have a thing for law and all that. Now, there are religious colleges in Nigeria. Not believe in your own religion, you can become one. Go on his own. Bola Tinubu, you claim to be a Democrat. You are there, people are disobeying judgment. It doesn't show that you people are educated. They have lawyers around you. So many of them, because they are more than law, they are going to examine education. When you are just examining to be defended, court will give an order, you people to disobey. And you people are begging, you people are keeping quiet. So show that you know what you're doing. Please, there's something called integrity. It's far weightier than money. It's far weightier than being your target or country. Good morning. So my solution is go to that town, people not again. I only have only one question to do in one
Non lasciare solo la tua vita.
somebody
Prendi
supposed
al
to
solo
vision
la tua
Nigeria. Mazi, the former moderator is married. Mazi is your power created.
linea solare
I'm warning
dermoprotettiva
you.
la proteggi dagli effetti nocivi del sole. Excellency difendi anche il mare, rispetta la tua pelle e l'ambiente. Grazie, amo. Non lasciare solo la tua vita.
Generation future will benefit from their success. Government will appreciate you. Biafra will bring to light this success. You will benefit from it. Government will appreciate you. Biafra will bring to light this success. You will benefit from it. God bless you. Good thing.